Hello everyone. Let's see the script. So this inside the script, JavaScript, I have to create a script tag to insert the JavaScript in this HTML form. So I'm just creating a event listener. Add an event listener to the form submit event. So document dot get element by ID. So inside that I have to give the ID name. ID name is user form. And then dot add event listener. So inside this I have to give submit. So when the button click, the action should be happen. So that I am giving add event listener to this submit comma function, this giving event. So here inside this curly braces, if form submitted normally by default, we have to prevent it, right? So that I'm using event dot prevent default. Okay, and then clear error messages. I will write function for it. So this is used to clear any existing error messages. So next, if condition I'm giving validate form. Okay. So inside this, I'm created. I call the function called create table. Okay. If the form is valid means this condition will check if the form is valid, create the table. When the form will be valid means if all the fields are entered. Okay. And then I'm creating function validate form. Inside this, we have to get the values of the required fields. For that, I'm creating var first name equal to document dot get element by ID. So inside that, we have to give this fields first name, last name, likewise to get the input field. First name dot value. We have to create this for last name and email to check whether the form is validated. Okay, just change this. Last name and then email. For these three fields, we are checking whether the form is validated. email. Okay, we get all the values of the required fields, and then var is valid equal to true. We have to check each required field is filled. For that, I'm using if condition. First name equal to, if they are entered anything or empty, you have to check. So we will write a show error message as a function later. We are using that here to find the error. Inside this, I'm giving first name comma. You have to enter what to display. If first name is required, next is valid equal to false. If all the fields are entered, this is valid equal to true. So the form will be submitted normally. If the field is not entered, means this error message should be shown, and then the is valid equal to false. So that only we are giving is valid equal to false here. Likewise, we have to give this for another two fields. And then we have to return is valid. We have to return the validity of the form. So this function validate form checks whether the field is filled, means it will be true. If it is not, means it will show the error. Okay. Next, I'm going to write a function for this show error message. Here I have, so inside it I have to give a field ID, comma message. Inside it, create a span element to hold the error message. You have to create span element. So for that, where span equal to document dot create element. So we are creating element for the span. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Next, span dot class name. You are giving a class name for it equal to error, and then text content. Sorry. So you can use this class name for styling purpose. This is for the set the error message text. So text content equal to message. Again, var field equal to document dot get element by id of so we have to use field id. We are pausing here no, so that we have to access this like this, and we have created a variable for it to get the input field. Okay, next field dot parent node dot insert before of span comma field dot next sibling. So it is to insert the error message after the text fields. So field dot parent node is a so here div tag is a parent node. These are the fields. Field dot parent node insert before. So we are inserting the span insert before field dot next sibling. Okay. Next sibling means the next field. Before the next field, we are inserting it. And then we have to create a function for the clear error messages. Inside it, when we have to clear all the error messages, no, in the form fields, so we use this function remove all error messages from the document. So I'm creating a variable for it, error messages, which is equal to document dot query selector of all. So here I have to use this class name error. So it has the all these fields. So we are using this class name here, query selector of all. We are selecting everything, and then this is the function to clear the error messages. I am using dot. So it is a class name. So I'm accessing using dot. Sorry. So next what we have to do is error messages dot. We are using this variable, and then for each function you have to create a function for this span. Okay, inside this function span dot parent node dot remove child. of span. Okay, so what this actually do? This function is to clear error messages. So we are selecting, we are creating a variable for it, and then we are selecting all these using this class name. We are selecting the errors. So this variable dot for each a function of span. So we are going inside this function using this for each. So span dot parent node dot remove child of span. We are removing the span, and then we are creating function for clear form. When we click the cancel button, all the fields are clear now. So for that we have to use this function. We have already inserted this for function name in the submit cancel event in the button. So clear form. Okay. Inside it document dot get element by id, user form. So form id is user form. Inside that we are giving this function reset. Okay, and then clear error messages. So we are accessing this form id inside this function dot reset. It will reset everything, and then we are calling this clear error messages function to clear every error that is displayed. So this function clear form is used for this. So reset the form and clear any error messages, we are using it. And then we have to create a table. You have to display in a table, no? So for that I'm creating a table. Creating a function for the table. Okay. Inside this, I have to create a variable like table is equal to document dot create element. I have to create a element for it. What element? Table. Sorry, semicolon. And then I have created a variable for a table. And then what I have to do is like I have to create a table headers. So for that, where headers equal to I'm giving in an array. So field field comma value in the double quotes. I'm creating an array. Inside that I'm having field and value. This is what a headers. Where header row, I have to create a header row also. Header row. In that I have to access this element table, and then dot insert row. I have to insert row. Okay, I have to start 0 initially. So and then headers dot for each of function of header. So I'm creating an insert row of one row I'm creating inside this for this header that initially 0, and then headers dot forage. I'm accessing forage in this variable. What this variable have is field comma value, this array. I'm going inside it. So I'm creating a function header. So var cell equal to header row dot insert cell. So I'm creating a variable cell header row. This is the variable I'm accessing dot insert cell. Here only I have to insert. I have inserted row. I have to insert cell node. For this, I'm creating a variable for it var cell, and then this cell dot text content equal to header. What text? I'm creating a header row and then inserted a cell for it, and then I have to give a some text node. So cell dot text content equal to header. Where is this? This one. This function only I have to insert here. This only have a headers dot forage. It will loop into the array field comma value. So I have named it. Okay, and then I have to close this function. And then we have to get the form data, so that I am getting a variable data is equal to first name colon document dot get element by id of. In this double quotes I have to give a first name and then dot value semicolon. So likewise I have to give for all the fields. Last name and then email. Afterwards I have need checkbox. For this checkbox I have to check whether it is a checked or not. So checked, and then checked or unchecked I have to check. and then radio checkbox after we need radio. Inside this I'm giving input name equal to radio. So input name equal to radio, we are checking whether it is checked. Document dot query selector of sorry dot value not selected. So radio document dot get element by id of input of name equal to radio, whether it is checked or not. So document dot query selector selects this input name equal to radio, whether it is checked means it will not return any error message. So dot value not selected, we are giving checked means checked, unchecked means unchecked. Here if it is checked or if it is not checked means dot value equal to not selected. Okay, and then what we need is after the radio we need comment, sorry comment dot value, and then we need a drop down dot value so we are getting form data like this, and then we have to add the form data to the table. For that I'm using object dot entries of data. So this variable I'm accessing here using this object dot entries dot for each of function of I'm using that array field comma value comma index. Using this index we will access inside it. I'm creating a row. So table dot insert row. insert row of this index plus 1. Initially it was 0, so we are using plus 1 into the index. So we are creating a row. We are inserting this row and then we are creating field cell. So we are inserting, so using this variable, we are accessing row dot insert row. Sorry, insert cell. So insert cell of 0 where value cell equal to row dot insert cell of 1. Field cell dot text content equal to field, comma, value cell dot text content equal to value. So in this we are creating an insert row. So index is 0, 0 plus 1. Likewise we are moving. So insert cell of 0, we are inserting the field cell, and we insert cell of 1, we are inserting values. This field comma value which represents the this is the field first name. Value is what we enter, like first name is John means it will be displayed. So we are creating a row and we are inserting cell 0 and then 0 go for field and 1 is a value. So index value we are using here, and then we have to append the table to the table container div which we created here. Here we have to append this to this, all this to this table container. For that, document dot get element by id table container dot append set. What we have to append is table. So this autofill is coming now. This is what we have given in the email. Let's see the output for it. The table was created. This is the field value where we created a table header. These are the table header, and these are the fields and the value. When we change some other thing, again we submit, another table is created and the changes also shown here. When we press the cancel button, all the entered fields will be gone. So this is a code for it. So this is the form validation using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Thank you.